What up, folks? This is your boy Dino, aka your Solid Five,
And this is Nikki T. Bayer Creep.
and
We're
we
on the
are the
Boo
Boo Crew
Crew.
coming at you. I'm so
Boo.
scared. Uh,
Boo.
yeah. So this week, my choice is The Barn 2016.
Directed by Justin M. Seaman and also written by Justin M. Seaman. Original screenplay.
Hmm.
He's known for like low budget films, dude, like
Yeah,
1031, Cryptids, The Barn Part 2, Johnny Z. I've never heard of any of these movies.
and actually, some of the actors are they have recurring roles on these movies. Not recurring roles, but they play on these movies too.
I believe it.
Yeah. Hey, man. I mean, you know what? Like, might as well.
I told yeah. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. I would, if I was making if I had like a team, I'd be like, fuck it, come
Well, of
back.
course, yeah. Like fucking, like if you had like a group of five that were just dedicated to making horror flicks, I'll be off the
Dude,
hook.
I'm so down. Yeah,
That's all you need is like a group of five motherfuckers.
right. And sometimes that's like the magic of it.
Yeah.
Because then
Look
like
at
less headbutting.
yeah. Look at Benny loves you. Fucking,
And we absolutely love that movie. I did for sure. I got the
they did
doll in my office.
they did it with like fucking like a team less than that, didn't they? Some fucking low ass numbers.
Yeah, dude. Again, shout out to Clara Cartwright for
That's right.
doing that interview.
Thank you
Amazing.
so much.
Yeah, she's the best. Premise of this movie: small farm town. There's a barn, and there's a legend of demons that will come out if you play trick or treat on them. So if you
Yeah.
knock on the door, they come out, and they all do different things. That's just the very basic premise that I'm saying. But there's five characters in this movie, main characters: Sam, Josh, Michelle, Chris, uh,
Nikki,
with Nikki and Russ.
Russ,
Yeah,
yes.
Russell.
Yeah, and a brief montage of Mr. Doctor Rock and the
Oh,
Rock
dude, yeah, yeah.
Band.
And also, I wrote it down too. You actually didn't write her name down, but she plays Mrs. Bernhard. Uh,
Oh, the fucking the one trying to take over the town, the priest.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So she was from on Return of the Living Dead, Night of the Demons, uh, and a bunch of other films from the '80s. So it was cool to
Oh,
see,
nice.
like, yeah, dude, it was cool to see like a couple throwback characters in here.
Yeah, yeah.
So this movie starts off in Wreary Falls back in 1959. They're at the barn. They're talking. The priest is talking. He's like, let's be safe. Whatever you do, barn's off limits. Don't go there. And of course, we got two little punk kids,
Yep.
little girl, little dude. She's like,
Okay. Let's go down to the barn.
yeah. The girl's like, hey, don't be a bitch. Let's go.
I know. Okay, what a
I know. I actually wrote. She's like, what a dick. Yeah.
She's a little obnoxious little girl too.
Yeah, she's like a little shithead. Yeah.
That kid's like, he's like, don't you think we shouldn't do this? She's like, maybe everyone else is too scared and we're gonna be the fucking ones that can do it. I was like,
Yeah,
wow,
right. We're not gonna see the cool shit or whatever.
that girl's trouble.
One of the scenes that I loved about this, like early scenes, was the giant moon in the background of the field.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah, I was like, very cool.
You're talking about like when they're like walking down across the field,
Yeah,
in front of the big ass moon silhouette.
yeah.
Yeah,
That was
those are
super
some cool
dope.
shots.
Also, like I like how this movie is also like shot in like Super 8. It's like that old school grainy,
Mhm.
it gives it that old school feel.
Yeah, it's like gritty film.
Yeah. Um, she knocks on the door three times, trick or treat, trick or treat, trick or treat. The jack-o'-lantern opens the door. It's a jack-o'-lantern, right? Or Jack?
It's a pumpkin head.
The pumpkin head, yeah. It gives her the candy. Oh no, the prospect answers.
Yeah, the miner.
The miner, yeah, the miner. Or they call him the
They're all
boogeyman.
three. They're all three of them answer.
Oh, they're all there, huh? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, but the boogeyman is like the main protagonist, I guess you can say.
the
He's the lead,
big-
he's the leader of the group.
which is the miner, right?
Yeah, he's the miner, yeah.
Okay.
So the boogeyman, the scarecrow, and the jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah,
Those are the three I guess demons, what they called them.
yeah.
So they all answer the door, and she's just like kind of like, "Oh, dude, like this is crazy." And then all of a sudden, fucking axe to the head, boom,
Dude, right off the bat.
right in the little asshole head of hers, just pop.
Dude, I saw this little. I saw this little girl get a fucking pickaxe into her skull, and I was like, "Holy fuck, this just happened!" Like they're killing kids. Like,
Yeah.
all right, this is the movie that I'm about to watch right now.
This is why I picked it.
Yeah,
I was like,
fucking
when I first saw this, I was like, okay, we're watching this one.
yeah, fucking when you fucking see kids die, you know you're gonna be in for it.
You're gonna be in for a long ride, dude.
So that shit was pretty crazy. I thought that scene was pretty nuts. Right,
Yeah,
right off,
yeah.
right off the bat.
Well, because it really reinforces the the scariness of the town lore, of
Yeah,
like it really makes you like oh shit, this shit is real. And so the little boy is fucking trauma. He's wearing his ghost costume. He's like traumatized, but he escapes. He gets out. He gets clean slate.
yeah, he takes off, and then
Yeah,
you end up seeing that little girl's body getting dragged into the barn,
dragged back into the barn.
and
Yeah,
then boom, you hit the title screen right there.
and then we that's when it skips 30 years, right?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
goes it goes Helen's Valley, October 30th, 1989.
1989. Yeah. To Helen's Valley, and this is when we get the opening of introduction of Sam. He's in his garage. He's got a little like spooky get up there
Yeah,
of
it's all just decked out for Halloween.
yeah, he's ready to go. That boy's on. He's on it like a tweaker on payday. Um, so he's like telling the story about the legend of the three demons in the barn, and he's scaring the kids, And one kid's like, "I don't give a shit about your story. I just want candy."
Yeah, I
And
wrote it down. I wrote down the whole fucking thing he says.
I wrote like the gist of it, kind of. So it's like,
I wrote down the whole fucking thing because it's a whole rhyme.
oh, that's what it was. Okay, yeah.
It doesn't rhyme. Fucking what he goes. He goes every year on Halloween. The legend of the barn tells how evil's raised. Takes from the form of three demons dressed up as trick or treaters with evil grins. The boogeyman wants to crack your back and cut you into pieces to carry in the sack. The pumpkin hollow jack wants to carve your head, slash you with his something
What
until you're dead. And if you're scared, don't you
mines?
cry. or the candy corn scarecrow will surely eat your eyes. Three knocks on the door shall set you free, and only if you say the words trick or treat. I thought I had to write that down, but I thought that was so fucking cool.
Yeah. There's like little gems in this movie for sure.
Oh my god! And the one liners just kill me. Dude.
Dude, yeah. There's a lot of like little things that I was like, okay, this, there's obviously there's some bad shit in this movie, but that's kind of the charm about it too. This is why I picked this movie
Yeah,
because but it's like it's intentional though. Like everything in this movie is intentional.
yeah.
Whether it's like the bad acting, it's like the grainy film, uh, the costumes, like the kills, like everything is like set to be like an 80s and 90s like throwback horror film.
Hmm.
Or more 80s, but um, so yeah, so as he's doing all that, you got the little asshole kid wearing those the weird shades, those those like triangle shades.
Yeah.
What is he supposed? Is he supposed to be something, or is he just some
No,
dumbass?
he's not supposed to be anything. Because remember, he's like, he tells the kid,
You go
okay,
to the
now go
barrel,
get
right?
go get your candy from the bucket, and they scare the shit out of him.
Yeah. So
And
Josh
then
pops
his
out.
and then that's when Josh, makes his entrance. But then
And
remember, Josh is like, why do we have to scare the kids that don't dress up? And
that's the
that's why,
trick, right?
and that's why, because he wasn't dressed up as anything. He just came as a fucking snarty brat,
Yeah.
like asking for candy. Give me candy.
So that's the trick instead of the treat.
Yeah,
So after a little brief explanation, that's when we get Mrs. Bernhardt coming in, and
yeah.
she's just
The
uh,
classic Kellen, the Kellen
yeah.
of the fucking 80s.
But that's what I loved about it too, because she's from all those classic films, and even her acting was just questionable, But uh, but it was funny, it was charming, It was like oh, I know I saw you from somewhere, I had to look it up, and
Yeah.
she has a huge track record, which was awesome. And obviously same thing. He's like, I'll if you help me clean up, I won't do this,
Yeah,
again or
pick her
whatever.
out.
And then but I need you to get this stuff from the barrel. So of course Josh pops out. She fucking falls over. She's all scared. She's like, "Now Halloween's done for her." You know, uh,
She was being a Karen, dude. She
yeah,
was being such a Karen in this
the
fucking
original
movie.
Karen. Yeah. And so
She's all talking about she's gonna ban Halloween from the town, and I was like, "Who is this lady?"
when you, I guess you're the head of the church, you know.
Like, yeah, outlaw and shit, huh?
Yeah, some towns have that power though.
Yeah, it's a small town. She probably would work.
So that's when the pop shows up early. So they gotta wrap it up. He goes inside. The dad's like pissed at him because Miss Bernhardt calls the dad
Yeah, Dad's all lecturing at him and shit.
just to give him the whole rundown. But I mean, Sam's what at this point he's probably 18 already. You know,
Probably
they don't
18.
say, yeah,
He said he graduated high school 7 months ago.
yeah. So he has to be at least 18.
Yeah,
Uh, so he's not doing anything. He's probably not even work. Oh no, he does work. He does the thing with Josh. They're weed
the
whackers or
gardeners.
gardeners, yeah. But like they don't really tell you that till like later. So he's just like lecturing him. He's fucking yelling at him and shit.
Yeah, he's like, "What'd you do, Mrs. Bernhardt? She's all pissed off and fucking blah blah blah." And she yelled at me, and I'm gonna yell at you.
And then so that's when he grounds him, and he's like, "Well, now you got to help her with doing the food drive."
Yeah,
And he's
which
like,
which
"Fuck, yeah,
which is having him use up his Halloween to knock on doors and ask for what donations.
yep." But like a food drive, so cans, whatever. So now he's pissed.
Trick or treat.
Yeah, there's your trick. Ain't no treats for you.
Yeah, ain't no treat.
And then we get the next scene to the bowling alley where
Skate and Whirl. I like the name of that place.
what was it called?
Skate and Whirl.
Skating World. Okay. Yeah, so they show up. That's when they meet Russell too, and he works there, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think Russ works there.
because isn't he behind the counter at some point or some shit?
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, I think he's like in the shoes or something like that. So yeah, they're talking to him. He's like, "Hey man, I got grounded. Like this sucks, but we'll figure something out." And and then they goes to him seeing Michelle at the snack bar. They're getting
Yeah,
food.
because Russ hints about Michelle. Like you hear about Michelle, he's like, "Hey, Michelle's working tonight," and then you kind of get the fucking drift. Like, okay, something's kind of going on with fucking one of those guys and Michelle, and you figure out it's fucking Sam.
Sam, yeah, it's head over heels.
Yeah,
Um, so that actually Josh is the one that has to make the move of like, hey, like we plan, or well, even before that, like, so they talk to her, but then the Dr. Rock comes on, right?
yeah. Fucking Dr. Rock on the Rock Band show.
Yeah, so that guy actually he's credited for being on the original Friday the 13th.
Really?
Yeah, I looked that up too because luckily on Prime you can like look up the cast.
Yeah.
And he was on the first Friday the 13th, and he did a bunch of like small like horror stuff and whatever. So that was really cool to see like another throwback like actor.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only two that I can find on this movie, but I'm sure there could have been more. But those were the two like kind of standout
Mm-hmm.
actors.
Mm-hmm.
So that actually I love that whole throwback of like the 80s like kind of MTV vibe.
I know. I know.
Yeah.
It was fucking. It was. I wrote it down. It was fucking. Fuck. I wrote it down somewhere. It was like channel three. Fucking something.
Yeah, it was like local television.
Where the hell did I write it? I wrote it down somewhere. I don't know where the hell I wrote it.
I don't know, but I fucking loved it. The actor's name is Ari Lehman. The Rock Block. Yeah, I wrote a funny intro because it was just a bunch of like random stuff going on, like flying around the screen and stuff.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah, I know, dude. It was like a old school MTV commercial. He's
yeah,
all looking
yeah.
at CDs and playing games, all kind of shit.
It was it was
He's
awesome,
all playing
dude.
Nintendo.
I fucking loved it. Yeah, it was sick.
It was funny.
Um,
I liked it. It was.
and then so he introduces a local legendary band called Demon Inferno, and they announced that they're going to be playing their like big like hometown show, and it's
Yeah.
supposed to take place at the I don't know if it's at the town or somewhere in town, and
All they say is just playing a show at 11:59 p.m. on Halloween. That's all they say.
yeah, they don't say where, right? Okay.
No.
But it's supposed to be local because they're all the kids are freaking out about it, especially the main cast. So then and that's when Josh invites Michelle to go with him because Sam's too wuss to invite her. He's too scared to like talk to her.
No.
So Josh is like, one last hoorah, like I think you should come with us, blah blah blah. So he's like
It,
looking out for his boy.
it was Channel 3 WNPF.
Such a weird.
It was like Channel 3 WNPF TV or something like that.
Hell yeah. Um, yeah. So Michelle gets invited. She's so worked up about it. She's like, hell yeah, dude, let's do this.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to the next scene of Chris and Nikki inside the van. They're at the drive-in theaters. They're watching I don't. They're watching some kind of movie,
Yeah.
and they're about to go at it. They're teenagers. They're horny,
Yeah, they're
so
about to get it on.
about to get it on. And so Nikki's like basically all over him. He's about to get to second base, and all of a sudden, boom! The kids pull open the back doors of the van. She freaks out because she's almost topless. And they're like, "Hey, dude, like we need your van. We're just gonna show up. We're gonna take your shit."
Russ is all going crazy and shit. He's all, whoa! He's all fucking Nikki's tatas. He's all going nuts. I thought that show was funny.
Yeah, some of this is good gold. I love how like to bribe he's like, look, I'll give you gas money, whatever, I'll pay you. He's like, dude, you still owe me from last time. He's like, yeah, but like the fucking concert, and they're like, oh, dude, yeah. And then all of a sudden, like he busts out the little bag of weed. It's like this little like, what is it, like a twomp or something? It's not even that much. It's like,
it was like some shake.
Yes.
It was like a whole bunch of shake, dude.
Yeah, I was like, it was just funny because that's the 80s, it's like that's like the best you're gonna get,
Yeah, well, it's like the brownest weed you could possibly fucking
It was so bad. I was like, that's sad, dude. Like,
you probably fucking had to jump through hoops just to get that too.
oh, dude, yeah, this is the 80s, man. If you would have got busted for that in the 80s, man, fuck, that's crazy. Especially a small town, like small town cops and shit.
Yeah,
they're not messing around with that. So it skips to like the next morning or whatever it is to like them driving towards the wherever they're going. They don't really explain where they're trying to go.
They're going to the barn.
Oh, is it just to the barn? Is that where the show's supposed to happen then?
Huh?
Is that where the show's supposed to happen?
That's what I feel like it. I feel it. I don't know because they're driving to the barn because that's where they pull over and stop. And they get to the barn, they fucking stop, and they camp out by the barn. But it's like when the show's going on, it feels like it's in the barn, but then it feels like it's like not in the barn at the same time because like it ends in the barn. So it's like where do they come from? Because don't they run out? We'll get to. I feel like, but I do feel like it's in the barn.
No, not the concert. I'm just saying like they don't ever say where the concert's supposed to happen, but they're driving to the concert.
I feel like the show's in the barn.
Okay, but it's just weird because nobody ends up going to the barn except for them.
Yeah, but then what the hell would happen to the show? Because they got
Falls, maybe I don't know.
Because they got locked in by one door.
Right. I think maybe it just happened in Wreary Falls. They just got there early. I don't know.
Who fucking knows?
Because that's where the movie starts, and that's where most of it takes place.
No.
So they show up at the barn, and of course they're having their little campground.
Yeah. On the way there to see that sign that says "Death." This is like "Welcome to Death
Valley." Yeah, or Death Valley. Yeah. That's when you got the Wreary Falls pumpkin patch.
Yeah.
That's where the barn is sitting on, actually.
Yeah.
And then we got the whole campfire scene where Sam explains the whole lore of trick or treating and shit.
Sam is just depressing as shit in his whole entire time.
He's like the ultimate emo kid.
All he's doing is talking about his fucking fears. And it's just like I even put next to him, it said fucking Sam's being a fucking party pooper. Because all he's doing is just talking about downer shit. He's like, oh, my fears and this, and I'm fucking sad. And he's just being a fucking complete downer, dude. And I'm like, fuck.
Do you think that Michelle would have picked Josh instead? It just makes more sense. I don't know.
And then he has all these rules.
Yeah, dude, I couldn't process it. I don't know.
Sam's a lot, dude.
Yeah,
He has a lot going on. He I feel like therapy. And,
dude,
and,
straight up.
and then you got and then you got Russ who's like mocking the Bond song. He's like mocking the song. He's all hell making fun of it.
He's just fucking
Immediately when you start making fun of that song, I said he's gonna die
his
quick.
first one to die.
He
Yeah,
is not gonna make it. He is
he's
not
like
gonna
the
make
only
it.
normal character. Well, except for Josh, I guess. I guess no, yeah, because Sam's like the most like far out character as
I
far as
think
like being
Russ.
crazy.
I think Russ and Michelle are the only normal characters in there.
Yeah, because Josh is
And
like going along with
probably like
Sam.
Nikki, probably Nikki too. Nikki was like just a regular character.
Yeah, she was just kind of there getting trying to get laid.
Yeah,
Same as Chris.
Sam was like depressed, like his dad beating him.
Michelle's obviously yeah, right, yeah. And Michelle's like lonely.
Yeah,
And then
and fucking
Josh
like
like
Josh,
needs a best friend, so he's tagging along doing whatever
yeah,
Sam does.
yeah. Josh is just like stuck in the middle. He doesn't know which way to go.
He's like, I don't have a personality. Fuck it, I'll just stick around. So Sam goes into the rules of the golden rule of Halloween and all this stuff, which I couldn't really grasp. I couldn't really like it. Just didn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
Which one? Which role?
I don't know, man. There was like
You had the one about like candy, like giving out candy with like an offering.
yeah, and then the golden rules was never trick or treat. Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's some bullshit like that.
It was
That's why I said he had too many fucking rules, dude.
yeah. Well, that's why I couldn't really grasp it because I was like, what are you talking about? So I was
He
like,
had
whatever.
he had too many rules and standards. He held things on the pedestal. This guy had
Yeah,
things on the pedestal.
I can see why Russ is making fun of him and shit. So,
Yeah, yeah. Well, I can see why he fucking was too scared to ask fucking that girl out because look at him.
yeah, he's just scared little
Look
boy.
at look at his thinking. This
Yeah. And then we got then he goes into the story about his grandfather and how they used to like dig into the mines and that's when
yeah,
they find the gateway to hell.
yeah. Another depressing story he has.
Yeah. And then
Not fucking doing anything for the party.
so that's why he got scared and like believes in the legend of the demons and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's probably why Nikki dared him to go knock on the door because she's probably just trying to get that full kill. She's like, dude, just die.
Just get the fuck
Just
out of
go,
here, kid.
just go die already.
She's like, I'm just trying to get some D and you're cock blocking me right
You're
now.
killing, you're killing the vibe
You
right
are
now.
twat blocking right now, dude.
You are, you are killing the boners.
Yeah. Hella cool, yeah. Yeah, so she does the truth and dare, and of course Sam's like he doesn't want to bitch down, so he goes up there, but then they all do it at the same time, right?
But yeah, they all go anyway.
Yeah, they all go and they all do it at the same time. The door is open, so I put like hell opens, and then that's when they all three demons wake up.
It starts awakening one of them. Like which one wakes up?
They all do it at the same time, but like
Because
in different like
the scarecrow one wakes up afterwards.
was it after? Okay, so maybe it was just the boogeyman first then.
It probably was the boogeyman and the pumpkin one because yeah, the boogeyman.
The
Yeah, yeah.
boogeyman first, and then the pumpkin, and then the scarecrow.
And then the scarecrow. Yeah,
Yeah, because the pumpkin is the jack-o'-lantern, so he's just he's the watcher. So
yeah.
what they say,
He's just pumpkin around.
it's rolling around.
So fucking like
I like the animation of like the jack-o'-lantern though, with like the
I thought
fire
that
and
was
shit.
cool.
Yeah, some of that stuff is done pretty well.
There was a lot of kills in this movie.
Yeah, dude. Like,
I counted them
especially later
all.
on. Did
I
you count
counted
them all?
every
I
single
forgot to do
fucking
that.
one.
Yeah, there's a ton, dude. There's like way more than it should be.
I,
But I mean, it kind of gives it that charm too, a little bit,
yeah. So
in
like
some ways.
so they go in that barn and like in the barn is like a fucking there's like an altar.
There's an altar. There's like a bunch of jars of like random shit plus an eyeball.
Yeah, I saw the eyeball in there. Yeah, and the
Yeah, at the
lawnmower.
very end. The
Don't forget that
lawnmower. I put
lawnmower.
ominous on there. I was like, oh, a lawnmower, ominous.
Anonymous eyeballs. And then it's all funny is like fucking like they point at the lawnmower because like that's their job. Hey, look at this lawnmower.
Yeah. Like we're gonna use that later.
Yeah, we gotta take that back home with us.
Well, I thought it was funny too because of course Russ has to go in first, right? He's all excited.
Well, that's what he gets for mocking.
Yeah.
Fucking so like Russ jump scares the shit off
Jump
Sam.
scares and then drops the doll and then fucking the boogeyman picks up the doll when no one's looking and just kind of hides in the background or inside the walls, and he's like peeping through them and shit, and keeping an eye on them.
Yeah.
So everybody leaves to go back to the van except for Russ. He's like, I wonder what the smell is. I gotta see what the smell is. So
Yeah. Yeah. And let me put my headphones in so I can't hear shit.
so I can hear shit. Yeah. Well, see, that's typical '80s shit, right? That's like or fucking old school shit. You know, like they're so dumb that they're gonna fucking do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's wandering around. He's chilling. And then
He's
he
looking
finds the
at chickens.
chickens. Yeah, he's looking at the chickens. But then he finds a head that's like on the bottom. And he's like, bro, like there's a head in here, and all of a sudden, that's when the boogeyman comes up behind him. He stabs him, right, or he
Yeah.
smashes his head. Yeah,
Yeah. Smashes his head. He hits him with the pickaxe.
yeah, that's his main weapon.
Boom. Kill number 2. You're dead. I told you. I said he was gonna die quick. I said this guy's
Yeah,
goner.
I actually liked Russ too.
Gone. Yeah. No. Yeah. Well, yeah, they liked him so much they killed him off that quick.
Cut him off for you. And then we got it goes straight into the next scene of Chris and Nikki in the cornfield.
Yeah.
And again, he gives her like a promise ring or something like that.
Yeah. He gives like an engagement ring, like, something like that. Yeah.
It's like a promise ring, I think. And then again they start going at it, and
And this is when the scarecrow wakes up because I wrote I said the sexual energy awakens the scarecrow.
yeah. Hey, that corn got hard.
Because I did because like they were getting all hot and heating up again, and then like the scarecrows started geting power. I was
Dude,
like, what the fuck
if
is
that
going
corn
on?
was to start popping, I would have been like, hell yeah. All that heat,
That would have been fucking
that would have been
hilarious.
hella sick, dude.
Oh man,
Yeah, so he wakes up, but like, man, I gotta say, she had a nice little body on her.
yeah, she was
Um,
cool. But then like when it's waking up, they go back to Sam and Josh and Michelle out trick or treating, fucking in the
yeah,
fucking town.
the three, which is also like another cool like moon scene where the three of them are walking across the field.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. One's a Sam's the Grim Reaper, Josh is the devil, and Michelle's a witch.
Which, yeah,
That scene was fucking cool, dude.
I love that scene, dude. I wish I could do that scene.
That'd be like a good like background drop right there.
Dude, that would be tight, dude. I would totally do that. Yeah. Yeah. So and that's when they run into like the actual town of Wreary Falls,
Yeah. Yep.
and
There's a fucking old man smashing pumpkins, talking about the
yeah.
government. The government is listening to you.
No, he's talking about the demons. He's like, keep
Oh, is
him
that
out
what
of
he's
the.
talking about?
Yeah, he's talking about the demons. He's like, keep him out of here.
At first, I thought he was talking about like the government, dude. I was like, this guy's
No,
crazy.
no, he's talking about because remember later on he reveals that like the pumpkin's like always watching.
Yeah, yeah. When he's describing who they are.
Yeah. So yeah, he's. I wrote pumpkins are smashing pumpkins, no pun intended. Yeah. And it also goes back into back to
Goes back to
Nikki
the
again,
cornfield. Yeah,
and then she's like,
they're done
getting
having sex.
dressed. They're done having sex. She gets dressed. Chris walks off because they hear noise and stuff.
Yeah,
And
he sees somebody watching him or something.
yeah, he can hear like the corn like rustling around or whatever.
He's a
So he takes
talking.
off. Yeah, he takes off, and she's by herself. And all of a sudden, that's when the scarecrow comes up behind her and chops off her arm, starts chewing on it too.
Yeah,
And then she freaks out, falls over. I like that the view of like the redness, like he's
yeah.
like,
The red vision, the blood
yeah,
vision.
yeah,
It was like rage vision.
it was
That's
like
like
rage
called
or
it rage
something.
vision.
Yeah,
That
I
was
thought that was
cool.
cool.
Yeah, and then she drops the boombox and the fucking music starts playing. It's all
Hell
rage
yeah, dude.
vision. Dead.
Yeah, fucking yeah, she's
Dead.
super dead. Uh, is that when he goes into the barn, or is that later?
It goes back to
Or
Josh
back
and
to the
Michelle talking, and then like Michelle's talking about liking Sam and shit like that.
oh right, and he's like, you should just follow your instincts or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Like follow your heart, this and that.
And then it goes back to Chris going to the barn.
Yeah, and he finds the miner and fucking listening to the cassette tape. that that that
Well,
Russ had.
it's like sitting on the side, and it's like sitting on like the little piece of like I don't know
It's
hay
like
or
a
whatever.
stool. It's like a stool or
or
something.
it's on the stool or something. Yeah, yeah.
It's
And
all
he's like grinding meat and shit. Like,
he's he is grinding meat.
yeah,
He's
he's
making
grinding meat.
sausage.
He's like totally ignoring fucking Chris, which is weird because like they reveal later on that like if you're wearing a costume, they don't see you. But he's
Hmm.
like not wearing a costume, so like he should be able to hear him. That was a weird scene.
I think it's
Um,
just too distracted by the meat grinding.
yeah, I guess so. He was like starving or something. I don't know.
Yeah, because it's
Um,
fucking sure enough, he's grinding up rust,
yeah,
making
well
some.
he finds his clothes first. Well, he finds the Walkman, then the clothes, and then he finds his head,
Yeah.
and then
And then you realize that he's grinding up rust and he's fucking eating rust.
yeah, like slowly just like chomping on him, and then finally the boogeyman turns around and he's about to get jumped by all three of them, but
Somehow escapes.
he somehow barely escapes with his life. They're hella slow. That's the only thing. So yeah, he runs off. He barely scrapes by.
Yeah, I know how for real.
Then he's running through the field.
He finds Nikki's arms.
Yep, finds her in one arm, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh shit!" But she's not nowhere to be seen. So, but he knows she's dead. And then it goes back into the town again, to where they're all like trick or treating, they're talking.
I put Josh cockblock Sam in the show.
Yeah, I wrote that too. I wrote cockblock kiss.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, we're on the same page. And then they see Chris running, and then they do absolutely nothing.
Yeah, well, because Michelle's like, she's like, is that Chris running? Like, what is he doing? And then he's like, they're like, oh, whatever, just leave him.
Yeah,
He's,
they do
Sam doesn't give a
nothing.
shit. Yeah,
They do fucking nothing, dude. I was like, what is
Sam's the worst, dude.
he fucking is? And then like after this happens, the demons walk by and they steal his candy, and then fucking Sam does nothing again.
Well, yeah, Josh has to be like, he's like, dude, like, did he just steal your candy? And Sam's
Yeah,
like, yeah, dude, what's up with that? What the
yeah,
fuck?
yeah, he does nothing again, dude. I was like, oh
Did
my
you notice the
god,
boogeyman laughed when he took his candy too?
yeah,
He's like,
because he wasn't gonna do anything to him.
yeah, he bitched out.
But I
So
just like it's like I just wrote down like Sam doing a whole bunch of nothing. I swear to God,
yeah, he just
Sam is fucking all Sam does is tell depressing stories, and he does fucking nothing all
he
fucking
just
damn day.
looms around. Yeah, he gets bullied. So they go follow him and or follow them, and then but we get this weird montage of like the lady, she answers the door.
It's so random.
Yeah, and then all
She's like
three of
giving
them
her
are
apple.
there. She gives him a candy apple, and then she gets an axe to her head too. But
Yeah,
isn't that
yeah.
why? Isn't that don't they like? Oh no, that's just random, huh?
It's just
But
random as
yeah,
shit. It's just like she gets a knock on the door and she opens it up. There's nobody in there, and she
it
turns
must have just
around
been
and
like
there's
filler or something. Maybe they just wanted to make the movie longer or something.
or just put more violence in there.
Maybe put more violence, yeah. And we get to the house party right after that.
She just turns around and she's like, "Do you want an apple?" And then
Yeah,
she just gets hit in the head with the axe.
she's like, "Oh, you look scary."
Yeah, I was like, I saw that. I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" What the fuck
And
happened?"
they're actually in their house. They're in her house too. That's the crazy thing.
They know. She's like, yeah. She's like not flipping out at all. She's
Yeah,
like,
right. She's like, "Oh, it's just three strange dudes like
she's like, you
chilling in my
kids.
living room."
She's like, you kids are fast.
Yeah, yeah. What the fuck is it? Oh man, 80s, right?
I know, dude. I swear, I love '80s movies, man. They're fucking. They don't gotta make sense. That's just that damn
It's
good.
just what it is. Yeah, that's the charm of this movie, though. It's like it gives you that throwback feeling, though.
Yeah,
So yeah, so she gets killed. It goes that they show up to the main characters show up to their house party.
yeah. They're back
Um,
at the party now.
yeah, and then that's when you got a live band in there and stuff like that,
Yeah,
which is a pretty dope little party they got there. Uh,
yeah. It's a nice little spot. To the
so
whole bunch of
the
teenagers. Getting
yeah,
fucked up.
they're all just having fun, like, playing live music and shit. The preacher addresses the town folk like, again, just remember it's Halloween night, blah blah blah. Nothing too. Nothing stands out on what he's saying really.
No, no.
But
That's the only thing that's going on really is they're talking to the old man and the old man's telling him the story.
the pumpkin smasher, yeah.
Yeah, and talk about the oh yeah, remember the old mining incident that was in the 30s and fucking
Well,
they
they opened up a gateway to hell and blah blah blah.
yeah, yeah. And it talks about fucking who they are. Like the miner dug a tunnel from hell and fucking
He's a leader, so he's like leading them out of hell.
yeah. And then it shows him kill a random random ass chick.
Yeah, yeah. Each person kills a different person, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So the boogeyman kills another person.
And then like it
Um,
tells the pumpkins to watch her, and he can use pumpkins, like any kind of pumpkin to see look out of, and he kills a woman, and then
well, like
the
she
strong
puts
man's
her hand
protecting.
in the mouth for some reason. Her hand gets chopped. Yeah,
Yeah,
and then it gets killed. She gets killed.
yeah.
Uh,
And then the strong man's the protector, and he rips off that guy's face.
yeah, he just yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
This is a crazy shit. The kills in here, I like the kills in here. They were pretty cool.
Yeah,
There
like
was a
not a
lot of
whole lot of
killing.
this movie makes sense, but like the kill
It
scenes are
doesn't
pretty
matter.
good.
It doesn't have to make sense. That's the beauty of it.
And yeah, so the drunk guy also reveals that he's that little boy that saw the girl get killed at
Yeah,
the
so
start
he
of the
saw his
movie.
best friend Shelly die.
Yeah, and the crazy he still doesn't know why he survived, but he's like, I don't know, man, but I just ran away. I just left that bitch there.
Fucking old guy.
That was my best friend, but hey, fuck her.
And then, fucking and then like somehow during all this like Josh and Sam get into like a fucking argument, and then like Josh throws Michelle under the bus like hella tough. He's all
Yeah,
he don't he's all he didn't even want you to come here to begin with. And I'm like, what the fuck did she do, dude? This
she's
is
like,
an idiot.
I know. She's like, is that true? She like runs off. But even before that, remember she finds the newspaper clipping of the little girl, and
Oh, that's right.
and that kind of like looms into like the guy telling that he's the little boy that saw the girl get killed.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, uh, yeah. So so they get this big ass fight. We got the demons also locking the door to the outside.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so something bad's about to happen. Um,
dude. And this is like from here on out, it's just like non-stop fucking killing.
slaughterhouse. Yeah, dude.
It's
Just like
just non-stop killing, dude.
so the first one is the lead singer. He gets his throat slashed by the boogeyman, I believe.
Yeah.
I didn't write down all the kills because there's so many, dude. They're like
I
it
wrote
happened.
down every single fucking one. I made sure of it cause like okay, so like by the time that the old man tells a story, like you're like at 7 kills right there. But then fucking so he kills like the whole band, which is like fucking like 5 people,
Yeah,
and then he kills like and he and then he kills like fucking when he puts like a pickaxe to a teen's head. He drowns a guy in the bucket. He
well,
bites a
first he
lady.
smashes his teeth on the apple. He punches
He pulls the apple out of his mouth, and it
yeah,
just
and then it rips
like
out his
pulls his
teeth,
teeth out.
and then he drowns him with the blood and like just like pouring out of his face.
Yeah, and then he fucking bites some lady's neck, and fucking she bleeds out, and he fucking dumps a pot of boiling hot water on some guy's face, and then fucking rips out a heart and fucking slashes
I
it.
instantly thought of Mortal Kombat when I saw that. I was like,
Yeah, no, me too.
fatality.
I me too.
Yeah.
I wrote down fatality next to it. Fucking he fucking slashed open someone's gut. He fucking slashed open the face. He fucking put a knife through a head. He crushed the fucking skull. He
Yeah.
punched off the fucking head.
So many
They
kills, dude.
fucking put blades to a face. How many kills were in this fucking whole thing? I was like 1, 2, 3. Hold on, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 kills in this whole
Jesus
fucking part
Christ.
in the whole party scene.
That's insane. That's like that's I mean, I kind of figured because like uh there was just so many.
19 fucking kills total in this whole fucking like 10-minute scene. That's a lot of people.
Dude, that's like probably too much.
I loved it. I loved it, dude. It was like just a huge slaughter fest. And then like
Yeah, yeah.
during all these kills, like these kids are just like watching it happen.
Just watch it, yeah.
And then fucking like this old man is just like making a fucking spear.
He's like yeah, he's using fucking like duct tape and shit. He's just like
Yeah. He's
yeah.
just been he's just been crafting the spear this whole fucking time and shit.
And he's like he just keeps drinking, he's like taping the shit around like Like
It's
it
fucking
just
crazy. It's so fucking wild.
oh man. But
It
it
was
kept
good.
yeah, it just but it's funny because like that's what some of the 80s movies did though.
Yeah,
Like you're just like they knew already they were making a weapon. That's crazy. I don't know.
yeah. No, they went all out. They could do. They went like balls out with that whole fucking scene.
And then Chris drops the keys right to the
Yeah,
van.
yeah.
He's trying to get away uh, as they're trying to about to escape. And the drunk guy decides to try to fight off the demons himself. Uh,
Yeah.
doesn't do very well. He's doing okay at first, and then all of a sudden,
He gets killed with his own weapon.
yeah, they rip him open like a pinata, dude, and he's just
With
like,
the spear he crafted himself too. It turned on him.
I mean, you know, uh,
He's on my own weapon. It turns on me.
so they yeah, so they at this point Michelle's gone, but so Josh and Sam are now plotting
Dude,
to kill each of the demons.
yeah, finally.
Yeah, so they're like, okay, well, we can't kill them all together, so we got to do one at a time. And that's when they go to the pumpkin patch first.
Yeah, they get all geared up with fucking their working equipment.
Yeah, the weed killer,
Yeah.
which makes no sense, but
I think yeah, yeah, it's something
that's
else.
some again some 80s shit right there. uh,
Yeah, only the fucking 80s, dude. Get the
uh,
weed killer.
I thought that was cool. That as they get to the pumpkin patch, they find Chris and on the stake or whatever it is, and
Yeah, that was
they
cool.
take off the cover, and his head is now a jack o' lantern.
Yeah, it's all carved out. Because
Yeah,
earlier in the film, Chris is like, oh, he's like, you could have been carved out somebody's head or something like that, and then he gets his head carved out.
hell yeah.
Because he says it, you hear like his backdrop voice say it, like
Oh right,
literally,
yeah, yeah. It goes like
yeah,
to montage or whatever. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
So then, as they're starting to like kill all the or destroy the pumpkins, um, Jack o' Lantern comes, hits Josh, kind of knocks him down for a minute. So there's a fight scene between Sam and the Jack o' Lantern, or I just call him
Mhm.
Jack. They thought they killed him, but they missed one pumpkin because Josh wakes up, helps him kill
Yeah,
what they thought is the original Jack o' Lantern. Um,
yeah,
he tangles them up with the vines on his legs. They're stuck, but then they fucking grab the weed killer, of course.
yeah.
They spray the shit out
Spray
of
him up.
him.
They spray him up.
Yeah, it's just
If
I
I
don't
can
know,
hit
man.
him,
Some of the choices in this movie, I was like, oh, okay, but you know,
it is all.
uh,
His fucking pumpkin face is all fucking melting and shit.
yeah. And then they get the M80 or whatever it is, and
Well,
fucking
fucking first, and then first they get him with an axe, and then
yeah,
they
he
fucking,
stabs him in the face, and
and then they blow him up,
then
and
yeah,
then he says, he says, let's make some pumpkin pie. That's what he said. I said,
that's
I
some
said,
good shit
what?
though. That's some
I
good
said,
shit.
what the fuck?
Hey, I'm in for that one. Um,
These one-liners, though.
yeah, dude.
He's all, let's make some pumpkin pie.
At least they killed him.
Oh
And then
god,
they also find so they go to the cornfield next, and they find Nikki on a stake.
that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was actually pretty dope. Josh starts to lose it, calls out the scarecrow. He fights him solo. Thought he kills him with the stabbing on the neck
With some trimmers.
with the trimmer. Yeah, and but then the scarecrow gets back up, fucking stabs him on the side of his
Yeah,
like
knocks his
his
ass
ribs or
out.
whatever it is. Yeah, knocks him out. Sam gets all all hoorah about it. Fucking takes him out too. There was like a kind of a it wasn't a long fight scene, but it was kind of a weird like I put a weird fight on there.
Yeah, it was.
Or actually the fight with Josh and the Scarecrow I thought it was weird because it was like just weirdly choreographed. But
Yeah, they're just like bopping each other.
yeah. And then still Sam takes him out.
Doesn't the scarecrow take Josh?
Oh no, yeah. So the Scarecrow actually knocks out Sam and
Yeah,
then takes Josh. And then so Sam wakes up in the field. Sam wakes up, freaks out. He's like, "What the fuck?" Then he hears Michelle in the barn or somewhere close
Yeah,
by.
he hears her scream. He hears her screaming from the barn.
Yeah, so he's like, he knows he's close, so he fucking skedaddles over there. And that's when they're having the ritual of a sacrificial ritual
Yeah,
for
some
Michelle.
crazy cult leaders all in there talking about
Yeah, well, it's
the
the
harvest
preacher
moon.
from the barn,
Mm,
and he's like, again, another great year, whatever, blah blah.
yeah. It's talking about he says something about the harvest moon.
Yeah, because that was a part of the deal is that they're supposed to sacrifice to for another good crop, you know.
Yeah,
Um, and as he's about to sacrifice him, that's when Josh comes out of the scarecrow costume, and he's like, "Surprise, motherfucker!" You know.
yeah. Here's what he says. It's time to harvest, bitch. It's these fucking one-liners are fucking just killing me in this movie, dude.
I don't know, man. I kind of like him. Just like in a weird, like cheesy way.
It's funny. It's
Yeah,
just like it's just like holy shit.
but that's
It's
the
like
point, you know.
it's like you can't get any more cornier than that.
Yeah, and then
No pun intended.
well, actually, even before that, I totally forgot about the van scene, right? Where doesn't he try to get to the van?
No, not
Oh, is
yet.
that after? That's after, huh?
That's after. Yeah.
Okay,
You're on point still.
it's like really close to each other.
Because the only time it shows the van scene is like after when Josh gets taken, like
Right. Okay.
Sam goes into a van and he sees the demons going to the barn, and then he
Right.
goes into the barn.
Okay, and then he dresses up in the cloak and
Yeah,
also surprises because he chops off one of the demons' heads off.
yeah, yeah. He fucking starts killing new demons.
And I love how he uses the lawnmower to fucking to like kill the other one.
Yeah,
Oh, stupid. But I mean, again, ominous, right?
yeah, exactly.
So saves Michelle.
Sam kills the demons and he saves Michelle, and then Josh stays behind with the cult leader. And then like Sam's like, wait, what? Like he's looking all hella fucking high pitched and shit. And then fucking and then he has Michelle. He takes Michelle to the van, and then Michelle leaves in the van, and
So
Sam goes back to
right,
help
but I
Josh.
did. So we did skip a part where he does go to the van first before the barn because he tries to kill the boogeyman.
Well, he goes to the van before the barn for like a brief second, but then after he gets knocked out, Josh gets taken, and then Sam goes to
Right.
the van, and then when Sam goes to the van, he sees the demons going into the barn, and then he hears Michelle scream. Then
Yeah,
he gets out of the van and he goes into the barn.
but after he runs over the boogeyman.
Is that what he runs him over?
Yeah, he runs him over first, gets him trapped under there, but when he gets out of the van, the boogeyman's gone.
And then he hears a scream.
And then, yeah, then he hears a scream, and then he runs straight to the barn, and then
Oh,
he
okay.
puts on the cloak. So I did forget that, and
I forgot about the whole
it was
running
only
over
like
thing.
it was only like a one-liner thing that I wrote on here. But anyway,
Yeah.
so that happens before the barn, and that's when Michelle actually leaves. Then he gives her a weak ass kiss. I was like, this fucking loser. Yeah, and then
She leaves and he goes. Sam goes back to help out Josh. And fucking Josh is all fucking around with the dark priest and all kinds of shit. And then fucking somehow he stabs the dark priest.
yeah, because like I think the priest like turns around really fast or something like that, and he like kind of walks into the blade.
Yeah,
I don't think he
I forgot
stabs him
how he
on
walked into
purpose.
it.
I think he just kind of like moved too fast or something like that, and he kind
It
of
was it
scared.
was an accident because the priest walked into it. I just forgot how he
Yeah,
did it.
it happened like so suddenly. He just kind of I think they both got scared or some shit, and then
Yeah,
for some reason, so then they have to go to the basement to stop
purified the flesh
yeah, so because the
with the fucking the weed poison.
the weed killer, yeah.
Did they fucking like? Did they bless this fucking shit before they went in there or something?
I don't, what do
That's
you
the
mean?
only thing I can think of is that fucking like we have to like fucking set a prayer over the fucking the weed eater
Well,
shit.
because it had to be fresh flesh, right? So it becomes tainted if they spray it with all this shit.
Yeah, but did they say like some kind of prayer over this weed eater
Oh
shit?
yeah, he did. So Josh does say a prayer before they go to the basement.
That's
I forgot what he says though, but he does do a prayer before
okay.
they open the.
Because I'm like, they have to say something over this shit
Yeah,
because they're just
he
down there
totally does.
spraying.
Yeah, he totally does.
So it turns into like holy weed eater.
I guess so. I was wondering why he did that. I was like, why did he fucking do a prayer before?
He's
But
fucking blessing the waters.
yeah, so he does that, and that's when they go back down, and then the fucking boogeyman shows up,
So fucking
starts
that
to
miner
fight.
is, yeah, he just won't fucking stop, dude. He keeps
He's
coming
so
up.
determined, dude. Um, yeah, he's trying to kill Sam the whole time.
He's like a telemarketer. He's
Um,
trying to sell them products. Fucking the miner attacks Sam and then fucking he bites Sam's fingers off.
yeah, like two of his fingers or three of them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like his pinky and his fucking ring finger. She fucking chews
yeah.
that thing right off.
It's like on Resident Evil.
Yeah, and then like at the same time of like so like as Sam's fighting the miner with the pitchfork, Josh is
Spraying all the
purifying the dead bodies, and then like a hole in the fucking ground opens up.
yeah, because he's spraying the hay too, and
Yeah,
it like burns the hay. 'Cause I guess that shit's hella like acid or something. I don't
yeah.
know. So the hole opens up, and
They fucking burn a hole into the ground. That's how fucking strong it was.
dude, right? And yeah, so the fucking hole opens up, and at one point you think that Sam has the upper hand. He's about to kill him, and then the boogeyman fakes him out. They fight again for another like couple seconds.
Yeah, this whole fight scene was weird too.
Yeah, I think every fight scene was just like, what the fuck?
Hey, you know fucking when he's fighting the miner guy and his fucking hard hat flies off, and you know he picks it up and under it says Daniels.
Yeah,
I thought they were gonna tie something in with that, but they
I
never
think
did.
that's supposed to be his grandpa or like or something like that. I don't know, but because
Because
he looks at it weird too. He looks at it like crazy.
yeah, but like I really thought they were gonna do something with that, but they didn't do shit with it.
Yeah, they didn't do shit with it. I thought it had something to do with his grandpa or something because I don't know, but I couldn't
Yeah,
I didn't get it. But you know,
I get what they probably cut it out. Who fucking knows? But
maybe
like,
yeah,
because they did like a whole little close in on it, like Daniels.
right,
Who is
right.
it?
Yeah. I saw that too, and I was like, that doesn't make sense. But
Yeah,
again, I thought it was like something to do with the family or something. But I
yeah.
don't know.
Only in the '80s.
Yeah, right. Uh, then that's when we get the final fucking where he decapitates him with a shovel.
Yeah,
Um, but you also see the actual demon itself, like the wig or whatever, flies off, and fucking you get like the actual version of the boogeyman that's like a demon
yeah. His horns and everything.
with the horns and everything, and so but he still gets decapitated.
He says trick or treat, bitch.
Fucking pop, pop goes the weasel, and yeah, but they get stuck, and the preacher at his last breath knocks over the candles, starts a fire in
Mm,
the barn.
traps him in there.
Yeah, so they're stuck. They can't, and then he also padlocks the door again, so
Yeah,
they can't
somehow.
get out. So they stuck, and it's like and it's also about to be midnight too. So they're trying to get out, but they don't have a choice. There's no doors, there's no windows, nothing.
Yeah, they're stuck in that basement.
They're stuck in the basement of the gateway to hell.
And they're fucking, and then like the last things they're talking about is like, you think you're gonna remember who we are and we're gonna be legends and all this other shit. And it was like, you know what? It's like they're probably just gonna remember us as the gardeners from hell.
Yeah,
And then the devil's arm comes out of the hole and they see it and they go, ah, and they attack it.
they start fighting. And
And
that's when
then
we
it
get
fucking ends.
yeah. But then yeah, that happens, and then we also get that little tease of Michelle driving away, and the jack o' lanterns in the back seat or in like the
I
back area.
I missed that part.
Yeah, so there's like a few minutes later during the credits, she's driving off, she's all crying and shit, and then in the back of the van there's another pumpkin, a jack o' lantern, and then
Oh man, I gotta.
the flames come up, start up again.
Oh, okay. I stopped right when the credits came up.
Yeah, so there's that little scene, a little tease, because there's three of these movies now, so well,
Oh
two that are
yeah.
out, and the third one's coming out, I think, soon. So,
Okay.
but that's it, folks. That's fucking that's the barn.
I liked it. I liked it.
Yeah.
Those kids, if you think those kids died, they're probably dead, huh?
Well, they're credited on the third film.
Are they really?
Yeah, so I don't know if they're gonna come back as demons or they're gonna come back as like actual, or maybe just like uh flashbacks or something. I don't know. But
It's
they're
like
credited to be in the third movie.
somehow they fucking they conquered the devil somehow. They
Who
made
knows,
it out
man?
of
You know how these things go. You just never know. Well, because
just
remember, like on
accept it.
The Exorcist 3, there's like the priest from the first one,
I know, yeah, he's fucking in the jail cell.
or I don't know, wasn't he in the insane asylum or something like that?
Was he in the Senate song? Yeah, wait,
Yeah, I
yeah,
think so.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
He is in the Senate song, yeah.
yeah. And
And
you
then
know, I never actually watched that movie.
and then the third one's
Yeah, the
awesome.
third one. Yeah, I remember you telling me about it, but I never
I
watched it.
have it. I have it on DVD.
Um,
I'll let you
yes.
borrow
Oh, yeah, I'm down to watch it. So, yeah, I don't know, man. This was a fun movie. I've actually been talking about it to some other people.
it.
It's not one of those movies that's like it's not gonna like change your life, you know. It's not like it's just one of
No,
those like fun like throwback like kind of makes fun of all the 80s stuff, you know. But also gives you like some fresh like modern shit too in a way, you know. Um, kind of. I don't know. I just thought it was really well done for a low budget film.
yeah. I thought it was just a fun slasher movie.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
set in the 80s.
that's all it was just an '80s slasher.
Yeah,
You know, with just a spooky twist. So you
but
know,
there's not a lot of movies like that that are made just as good, though. I would argue,
no,
you know.
no,
So
the
this was actually a pretty good like
the act
version of that.
the acting was so corny.
Yeah.
It was
Well,
good.
some of it was good, and then some of it was really bad. So
Like when Miss Barnhart came in, I it was like it reminded me of like a low budget '80s porn intro.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So, but I think that's the vibe of it, though. I think that's what it was supposed to happen. You know.
She's like, "Hey boys," I was like, what is gonna happen right
Yeah,
now?"
she has her little ruler to slap him or something.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked the music. I
Dude,
fucking
the intro I thought was pretty dope. The
the
metal
intro
one.
was cool. It
Yeah,
had the artsy intro. I like the vibe of it. I like the music. The music reminded me of like some Duke Nukem music. Like
yeah. It
when
was
the old man's fighting with the spear, it was like playing like Duke Nukem songs. I was like, what the fuck?
there
I was like, what the fuck is happening?
was a lot of cool shit in this movie. I don't have a whole lot of like gripe on this movie. I mean, obviously some of the effects were kind of bad, but it also kind of gave a charm though in a way, to where it's like it kind of gave you that 80s feel, you know?
Yeah,
So
and it was
there's purpose behind it though. So it's not like it's because it was like they couldn't do better. It's just because they wanted it to come out that way, you know?
they did a lot. There was a
Yeah.
lot of gore. There was a lot of gore in this
There's a lot
movie.
of gore. Even the costumes were like questionable, but it worked, you know? I
It
thought.
had fucking
Yeah.
it had like it had 27 kills in this 28 kills.
This is crazy.
There was
That's
28
so many fucking kills.
there was 28 kills in this movie, and that's not including the three demons dying.
Right.
Those are just 28 people.
It was almost like watching Freddy versus Jason where he shows up at the cornfield and he starts like butchering all the
Oh
kids, you know?
yeah, I forgot about
But
that.
even worse because like he killed way more people, you know?
Yeah.
Or even on Benny where like they're stuck in the office and he kills like 10 people in the office.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a lot more in it. There's a lot more in here.
Yeah, dude, this was I don't know, man, kind of magical in a way. Uh, what do I want to rate this? This was like there's a lot of good and bad in this movie, but like mostly good, I think. But
I'll 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 rate this a 3.5.
I'm tossing up between a 3.5 and a 4
Yeah.
because
I
like everything's
I'm good.
intentional.
I'm good with a strong 3.5. I can say that. It entertained me. It had the gore, had the acting, it had the filming, it had the drop sets, so the full mean drop sets, and then walking through
Yeah,
the fields was just beautiful.
right.
It had its fucking dumbass one-liners. It had it all. It
Yeah,
had, it wasn't bad for a low budget movie. I mean,
right.
for being a low budget movie, like they really went all out with it.
Yeah, they
So
did. Yeah,
So,
man, I think I'm there with you. I think I'm 3.5 also. I think this was a
right.
pretty solid movie for such like a low budget, but like they put a lot of heart in this movie, you can tell.
They did. You could tell.
Yeah. That's where I'm at with it. I'm
Same.
happy with it. I can't wait to see the other two
Yeah, and we're definitely gonna do that down the line.
down the line, yeah. That's it for this week, folks. But like always, you can find me on the IG at Cali underscore DTO. The channel, the IG channel, or where you can find us is beyond the underscore ether. What you got?
You can find me on Instagram at Bay Area Creep. And that's it. You
Also,
know,
the email if you don't have social media, because I know a lot of people that do not have social media. If you have suggestions, whatever, you could always email the Gmail account at boocrew2025. We want to hear everything from you guys. We want any kind of feedback. We're having so much fun doing this. We love the feedback when we get it. It's good shit out there.
yes. Send us
Um,
feedback, share us, like us, tell your friends, get us out there, show your support, show your love for your
please.
local podcast artist.
Again, what's that? The deli from Los Gatos again? Berticelli's La Villa.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Berticelli's La Via Gourmet. That's it. On 1319 Lincoln Avenue. Check them out for hooking us up with some spotlight in their window.
yep.
Shout out to Sim. Please keep our flyer up there if you're listening to this. You're
Uh,
help, you're helping us out.
yeah. Again, that's it from the Boo Crew. We will see you guys when we see you. Peace out.
Peace.